The Sooners try to make the Sweet 16. I'm Barry Tramel along with OU writer Ryan Aber. We're here in Columbus, Ohio. We're on Sunday night. The Sooners play the Dayton Flyers for a spot in the East Regional Semifinals. And Ryan, this is a game that's about advantage. Sooners have a size advantage. They do well when they got the interior advantage. But Dayton's going to have the crowd advantage. Going to be a huge home court advantage for the Flyers.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I think they had, what do we estimate, 5,000 or 6,000 in Nationwide Arena the other night. It was very loud when Dayton's on the floor. Now, this is something that Oklahoma's faced before. Just last week in the Big 12 tournament at Kansas City Sprint Center against Iowa State, it was like Hilton Coliseum South. Well, this is, I don't know what Dayton's arena is called. I can't remember, but this is Dayton Arena East, I guess we are from Dayton. And it's going to be loud. It's going to be a road environment. That's what Lon Kruger and his team talked about here on Saturday leading up to this game. They're going to have to find a way to fight through that, and that's probably going to go a long way if they're able to get through a quick start.
You know, it's about 80 miles from Albany, when
Albany,
right.
When Syracuse and OU.
That's exactly right. It's 80 miles from Columbus down to Dayton, and you're exactly right. 2003, Sooners get Syracuse in the East Regional Final. In Albany, Syracuse had most of that, I think 12,000 people, very serious thing. But as you said, Sooners played well at Allen Fieldhouse. They played well at Ames. They played well in the Sprint Center against Iowa State. So they've actually done well in hostile environments.
Yeah, they played well on the road. I mean, Hilton Coliseum for the first 25 minutes of that game on the road was probably as good as OU played this entire season. The second half at Fog Allen Fieldhouse against Kansas was absolutely fantastic. Iowa State, it was pretty steady. That game was, never much of a margin on either side in that game. Came down to a last-second missed layup. So OU has played well in road environments, but certainly don't want to get off to a bad start against a team like Dayton with the crowd the way it's going to be.
Dayton's a scrappy team, but only 6 scholarship players, not big inside. Ryan Spangler, Tayshawn Thomas, again will have the edge. We saw they had the edge against Albany on Friday night. This is a matchup Oklahoma needs to exploit.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Tayshawn Thomas and Ryan Spangler need to have big games. Dayton doesn't have anybody over 6'6". They lost their size early in the season when a couple guys got kicked off the team. They only go really 7 deep off the bench. So if you get somebody in foul trouble, you get one of those forwards in foul trouble, things can get really dicey for them really fast.
Let's go to the arena and hear from Lon Kruger.
We're going to be playing Dayton here. Is that going to be a lot like playing Iowa State in Kansas City?
Similar, yeah, similar. It's like a road game. We'll approach this just like we would any road game, and again, not concern ourselves with whether it's fair or not. There was a question in there, and we don't, it's not an issue. The issue is we're playing a very good Dayton team, and we've got to take care of the ball. We've got to be strong. Got to communicate. Got to make sure the noise. We're repeating calls and everyone's aware of what we're doing on the floor. And again, Coach Miller knows a lot more about their group than me, of course, but it appears to be a group that would be fun to coach. Now, not that you don't want depth and you don't want more size, but given what they've got, they seem to have the great mentality. They've got the right approach. They're playing hard. They're playing for each other. I mean, they seem to have all the intangibles that you'd love to have on a team that you're coaching. Again, that's my perspective, which doesn't, Coach Miller knows a lot more, but it seems like he's done a terrific job. This group's handled the road pretty well, and given that, they won, four games on the road during conference, or 3 or 4. So they've done a good job on the road. Again, I think that speaks well to their maturity and experience and understanding that it's going to be difficult, and you can't go in with the expectation of anything else.
And so it's the Sooners and Dayton, 5:10 p.m. Oklahoma time on Sunday here in Columbus, Ohio. That'll be televised on TNT. Stay tuned for further OU basketball coverage here on News OK and every day in the Oklahoman.